Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The game underway. We can show you OpTic Gaming versus JusTus, as we're going to call them for today. And, you know, Doug was just saying, Octane's really good, man. He really impressed me. He proceeds to get world starred. But a 3-1 start, so everything's going pretty well. Obviously, I think it's going to be a
My boy
start.
Octane picking up the rotation because he's going to get a two-piece. Oh,
Yo,
I jinxed him.
You did, dude.
I jinxed him.
I'm
His shot was a little bit shaky there.
The caster curse is real, man. Like, it's not something to be messing around with. Still has 2 stuns. Hasn't used them yet, but looks like he should be able to hold off that wall push any second now.
Ooh.
Nice play. A little bit of help from his teammate coming in, but a 22 to 14 point lead in favor of JusTus. So OpTic with a slow start to this one.
Well, you know, they have the rotation on the hill. Karma's going to be holding down this backstairs. Gets killed by Octane. TCM picks up Theory. Scump's going to pick up a 2-piece. That's huge. If Crimsix can get this kill, they can most likely hold this hill. But Scump, the king, picking up the 3-piece and holding down the hill for the team.
Yeah, Scump, great start at 8-4. Theory at 4-6, so a better start than he had originally. And, you know, from an objective-based player's mindset, obviously we kind of flicked through the class at the very, very start. He's taken off hardwired, but still going to be running flat jacket. Do you see many objective players these days use trophy system in hardpoint, or is that something kind of which people use at the very start? Because I haven't seen trophy system for a while, I feel like. Me
personally, I don't use trophy system in hardpoint. I usually just use flak jacket, fast hands. Sometimes I don't even use a grenade or anything. I just like to run into the hill and challenge as many gunfights as I can. But depends on the team. Some teams like to run a lot of stuns, and that's when you see a lot of players pull out trophy systems.
Makes sense. You see it in Search and Destroy a lot as well, for the kind of bomb planter. Saw a lot of regionals as well. Crimsix on your screen, 9-4 start for him, make that 10-4. Hardpoint's still going to be contested. He's going to drop it again. You know, you were talking about in that first game, Spencer, how the rotation is so key to try and lock down that spawn, and you kind of saw OpTic again, just sort of heavy hand poolside, and that's something which I feel like whenever you play OpTic Gaming, you see them do a lot. Or whenever you watch
what OpTic Gaming just did, they just rotated from poolside, and like I said before, it's basically a 50-50. If you win the gunfight, you get in. If you don't, you're going to be trapped at pool and lose the entire 60. So OpTic Gaming basically just ran into that hill. Krim ran in with a bound. He just picks up the 2-piece, and that opened up the entire hill for his team. So I think OpTic Gaming, their strong suit is challenging gunfights. So I think if you're JusTus, you want to be able to set up in head glitches and outposition OpTic and then make them play from a disadvantaged position, because OpTic's just going to run in there and get in gunfights with you. If you don't force the gunfights, you have a better chance of winning against this team.
And you see OpTic just lock down that hard point towards the end, a 69 to 35 point lead. Karma on your screens, he's going to fall. Scumpy there with a 15 and drops as well. Leaves Theory all by himself. A lot of work to do. Not going to be able to do it. And you look at the kill column, and this sort of JusTus squad being completely outslayed at this point. So many kills going in for OpTic Gaming as Octane trying to make it happen from up top with that bow. Managed to find 2 kills, more players in front of him. He drops. So heavy contention going on in this bar hardpoint.
Yeah, it seems like Karma's going to be pushing up, getting the 2-piece, holding down this tree area for his team, as Krim just going to be slaying on the hill. Octane's going to pick him up on the side. Krim's going to get a 2-piece on the hill, and he's going to get taken on the side by TCM. It's just going to go back and forth. You see that a lot on the bar hill, where teams just contest the hill. One player gets a 2-piece, another teammate comes in, picks up a 2-piece, and it goes back and forth. And a lot of teams don't really get too much time on this hill.
When you have, for example, Krim and Scumpy slaying like this, how do you kind of stop that? Like, as a player, I know that sounds really a weird question, but how do you stop that momentum?
Well, the thing about momentum is that they get more gunfights, they win more gunfights, they gain more confidence, they get overzealous, they start challenging a little bit more. So when you're a player playing against something like that, you want to just cut your losses and just accept the fact that the player just made a play on you, and you just want to get on to the next play. So in this case, it's rotating to the lobby hill. You really just want to set up, get an early rotation on the hill, get in good positions to kill them as they're coming out to you. And if you start getting kills in succession and holding points, that's when you stop momentum. And I think that's what they need to do, and it seems like to be working right now.
OpTic, 94 to 64 point lead.
And as I say that, OpTic gets control of the hill.
Exactly, yeah. OpTic, of course, looking pretty good right now. So many kills. Crimsix drops his 20th. Scumpy on 18. We'll see if he can...
And I love how JusTus just broke that hill. They had one guy go underpass, one guy go backstairs. They both won their gunfights. And then from there, you could go bottom lobby, you could go pull hop up, you could go jump up wall, you could go backstairs. You can do whatever you want from that situation.
Would you say that's really kind of like the best way of breaking that
It's a standard way of breaking it, because if you think about it, there's 4 players holding that hill. You can't really go full side because there's so many head glitches for the other team. Just set up and wait for you. They can watch you from bottom spot, they can watch you go from bottom lobby. So going from underpass and backstairs, getting those kills, and then breaking from front lobby, bottom lobby, hop up is the best way to break that hill. And now JusTus is back in this game.
They are just 20 points behind, which is surprising when you look at that kind of kill column. But, you know, Octane doing his job. You called him out at the very start. You said he's definitely going to be a player to watch. TCM as well. was talking about at the very, very beginning, saying I think he's a very solid player. I know Embos was really impressed with everything he saw playing with TCM. He's 19 and 21 right now, trying to keep up with OpTic Gaming, slaying 2 players go down for OpTic, and it's going to be Center on that hard point. Looking to try and pick up a kill, actually using Semtex there, so. Do you see a lot of players run Semtex now in hardpoint? I feel like you see more stuns than anything else.
I think people run more Semtexes than hardpoint rather than frags just because you want to get a quick explosive off on the map just to make either a distraction or push an enemy out so that you can get a kill on them. And then I think it's search and destroy you want to use frags because frags you could really pinpoint the location of the kill.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. 97 to 112, so JusTus staying in it in this one. Are you surprised by how close the score is, or would you say that this is what you expected coming in?
To be honest with you, if Theory's going to be the host of the game and he has Crim and Scump and Karma on his team, I wouldn't expect the game to be this close. With those slayers and that caliber of players on your team, you should be easily outslaying the other team. Theory should be sitting on the hill and they should just be home free to win this game. But before the restart, actually, JusTus and this team were actually tied.
Very true.
So they were tied, and now it looks like they're about to be close to tied again. It's a 10-point differential. Theory's sitting on the hill. He's not going to get that kill on, I believe that is Octane. Diabolic's going to pick up a kill, but Scump's going to push up into the hill. He's just going to slay around, but Diabolic's going to go huge on the hill. TCM's going to pick up another kill on Crim, and Theory's just going to keep on pushing to the hill. It looks like both teams are just going back and forth trying to flood the hill, just like I said about the bottom bar hill before.
Right, exactly that. Just so much contention on all these hard points. And TCM picking up the scraps, 7 seconds of time here. They're actually going to go into the lead. So this is
who's this player on the bottom right going from bar? Who just got that kill on the bottom right? I think that was
this guy?
Yeah, I think that's Diabolic. See, that's what you need to do. I think if you run all the way around there, even if you sneak around to the back, if your teammates die and you're in the back over there, your teammates are going to spawn in that back cave, and you could get them off guard because they're going to think you're coming from pool. Everyone thinks that you're just going to automatically rotate from pool, but if you go around the back cave,
was like perfect.
Like how Octane just did, look at that, they broke the hill.
One player, in fact, OpTic still spawning in that back cave side, so that's going to cause a couple of problems for this JusTus squad. Theory needs to win these gunfights on the hard point. That's the first one, but interesting. Put some shots down after he gets the kill. You don't see that too often, but
Sender just killed his own teammate, and he also died as well, and he only got 1 kill, so OpTic was able to win that trade in a 2-on-1. Theory's going to be milking the hill. Sender's going to get a kill, get on the hill. Scump's going to be challenging, being contested. Everyone's jumping around on the hill just trying to contest as much as they possibly can.
I love this hard point. It just gets crazy, man. People
it's just going back and forth. It's just going back and forth, and it's just going to come down to who's going to win their gunfights. All right,
so let me ask you this. It's 146 to 128. How does JusTus win this game?
They need to get on the hill and they need to win gunfights on the hill. That's all you could really do. You just have to win gunfights on the hill.
Octane trying to lock down the spawns for the bar hard point. There's going to be Theory down there as well, though. He needs to be a little bit careful. Scumpy's on the hard point as well. TCM trying to push it, but Karma at the back with that bow. And this is where I really think you see that bow player come into full effect on this bar hard point. It's so important to
that might just be game. You see Karma holding all the way in the back of this part of the map. Crim's on the opposite side of the map. They're making the spawn all the way out at lobby. And now Scump's just going to sit on the hill and milk the time. There's 1 minute and 28 seconds left. OpTic's up by 40 points. This is almost over, Benson.
Yep, looking that way. Scumpy trying to push through, pick up some more kills. And on a mission, leaves Theory just on that hard point, chilling. Just waiting for players to push him. He finally drops, but Karma's there again to try and trade those kills. Minute 13 left. Feel like OpTic had managed to do just enough to pick up map number 1, but it wasn't comfortable by any means. That isn't kind of the standard OpTic Gaming hardpoint retreat performance that you would expect.
Yeah, it was back and forth the entire game. It just came down to contesting the hill and who won their gunfights. But on that bottom hill, I really looked at Crim and Karma holding it down. Crim watching the bar side of the hill, Karma watching the opposite side of the hill with the bow, and they were just able to hold it down, hold their positions, and just slay the other team, and that's how they ended up winning this game.
Scumpy, 32 and 33, but really Crimsticks at 41 and 27 has been the main man for OpTic Gaming in terms of his slaying power. JusTus trying to contest, but this one mathematically over has been for a while now. Crim just having some fun, double jumping on that.
And the thing that I want to point out about Crim is that he has 15 captures as well. That's huge. If he's on the hill and he's getting kills, that's the most important thing you can do for your team in hardpoint.
Yep. And 3 defense. I kind of wish defense were like it was in Black Ops 2, where it was just if you're on the hardpoint and you kill someone, you get the defend, as opposed to both the players have to win the hardpoint. Because I don't think that tells like a very interesting story.
And I also think they need to add a feature where how long you've been on the hill, how many seconds you've been on the hill. I think that's a really important thing you need to add to the game as well.
I agree. Let the objective players shine.
Exactly.
Exactly. You need to give them some credit. I don't
OpTic 206, 149. They're going to be up 1-0 in this series. This is a best of 5 series.
Benson. It is, because it's quarterfinals. And at the quarterfinals, we get those lovely best of 5s. What's the next map?
So the next map's going to be Search and Destroy Terrace. This is a really fluky map. You know, a lot of players have a lot of controversy about this map. Should this map be in the rotation? Should they have taken out Recovery in place of Drift, or should they have taken out Terrace or Riot? a lot of players don't want to play Terrace just because it comes down to timing and who's just going to push a certain part of the map at a certain time.
Okay, interesting. Well, we'll see who's going to win after this next commercial break. I didn't know people didn't like Terrace.
People hate